All right, karate chop. Yo, this is Dr. Leo with Running Rehab. So we're going to do some plyometrics, sprint form drills sort of things. Now, basically the idea of this is you're creating a lot of counteraction movement and a lot of explosiveness with your tendons. So there's going to be a lot of bouncing, a lot of movement sort of like that. But the first thing we're going to need to talk about to make these more effective, you know, your A skips and your B skips and all that, to make these more effective is the calf walkovers. So basically what this is, let me get on the other side of you. So what you're going to do is, this is just a warm up, just for the plyometric side of it. You're going to bring your leg all the way up, and then you're going to bring your toe all the way towards your shin as much as you can. And see, in her case, see how she brought her foot forward? I want her foot to come there, to feel like that. So that way, she's got these 45-degree angles here. This foot is by this knee, and she's walking over the knee. So basically, it looks like this. Calf walkovers. This trains you so that way, perfect, that's really good. This trains you so that way when you're running and your foot's coming off the back here, you learn how to compress your leg evenly with a single swing through and then drop it forward, which is really one of the keys to running faster. That's exactly it. So what you'll do is, you'll actually do this calf walkover for 100 meters. And it's kind of annoying, but in the end, what you're doing is you're gonna get pretty fatigued by the end. Your quads, your hip flexors, your shin, your tibia anterior is gonna be very, very tight by the end. But you're basically just training your body how to like compress the leg all together. Okay. So here we go. So after you did the calf walkovers to warm up for the 100 meters, you're gonna start with a simple A skip. So go ahead and do the A skip. Now the key here is, what you don't want to do is you don't want the leg to come all the way forward like this. You want the leg to come up like we just described, where you're compressing it up so the foot should be relatively close to your stance leg knee. So it should be like this. There you go. So if you go out where your leg's all the way forward, then this is an ineffective knee drive. This is an effective knee drive. This is wasteful. See how far out the foot is relative to my knee? That's bad. So that's the A skip. What you're gonna do is, you're gonna A skip for 50 meters, so half of the runway, and then take off into a 75% effort stride for the final 50 meters. And then you're gonna turn around and you're gonna come back and do the same thing on an A. So you're gonna go A skip 50 meters, stride out 75%, turn around, A skip 50 meters, stride back 75%. Then you're gonna go to the B skips. Now walk me through a B skip.
Like the same thing basically.
So this one basically, what you wanna do is you're up, and this is where you're allowed to kick out and snap down, okay? So remember, A, we want to be here. B, we're gonna rock at it, just like the Rockettes. Now on this, you really need to think about slapping the leg down. The biggest thing is teaching you how to activate the hamstring and calf to like snap down, that motion. Because it's like when a hammer strikes a nail, all of the force has to be created before contact. So that way when you hit the ground, you pop right off. So boom, 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 snap it down, and that really creates that force turnover. Same thing, B skip 50 meters, stride out 75%, turn around, come back. B skip 50 meters, stride back 50% or 75%. Okay? Now the C's are interesting. She doesn't actually know the C's. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna bounce, turn, bounce, turn, bounce, turn, bounce, turn.
When you're doing this, should your heel on the turn be close to your
Yeah, exactly. So when you turn out, you're gonna look like that. So you're bouncing like an A, bouncing and turn. Yeah, beautiful. That's the C. The only thing I'd say is in that scenario, if you want to redo this, just have your arm carriage be relatively similar to it. Beautiful. So you can see how dedicated we are here. We're doing this in the middle of freaking winter in Ohio. So, but obviously, some of these you're going to want to be, you don't want to do these in spikes or racing shoes. You want to do these in your trainers. If you can do them barefoot on the grass, that would be optimal. or like a turf field, that would be also optimal. But for now, like obviously we're just going to do this on the track with shoes so we don't get frostbite. Now, so that's A, B, C. So the C, you're going to do 50 meters down, stride out. For 50 meters is 75% effort, turn around, come back, same thing. So you're going to basically do 2 reps of that. So that's 6 total. The next is karaoke. So basically you're just going to cross your legs and snap your leg through. So this is a karaoke. Now the key thing is that when you snap your leg through, you're here and you're going to snap your leg up and then just kind of casually let it fall. So the trick is, this one's all about, because if you think about the A's and the B's, we're more forcing down the foot. This, we're trying to teach you how to like snap that leg up with a lot of force. All right, so you're going to cross over the knee forward in the direction you're going. So here my left leg goes forward, and then when I come back, my right leg is the one that drops over. Okay, so the leg that's back is the one that we're driving through. Okay, and that's karaoke. You're going to stride down one way, one direction, and then the opposite leg back. So that's karaoke. Then we're going to do jump for height down. So basically just sort of like jumping for height for about 50 meters down. Lots of different jumps, lots of different plyometrics with that, lots of different counteraction movements with that. Then you're going to stride out for 50 meters, same thing. Then you're going to come back and jump for distance. So go ahead and jump for distance. Beautiful. So jumping for distance, jumping for height, you're just going to do that once. So 50 meters jump for height, stride, 75%, turn around. 50 meters jumping for distance, stride, and then this is complete. Okay, so these are the calf walkovers. I'm going to do these for 100 meters. And all I'd say is, Eli, just compress your leg up a little bit more. So you're like, it's really like accordion tight. You're kind of drawing your leg up as much as you can. And these are just kind of teaching you how to coordinate ankle flexion, knee flexion, and hip flexion.
Do you feel it?
Which is great for the push-off phase of running.
So it'll come like 40 fucking meters.
So again, as a critical reminder on these, bringing your toes like overtly up towards your shin. So Joe, draw your toes up a bit more towards your shin.
Wait, I forget what my shin is.
The front of your leg. Beautiful. It's super subtle, but it has to happen. You got it. It's almost to the point where your shin should start burning by the end of this.
It's like my quads.
Good. Your quads, your hip flexors, your shins. That's good. That's what I want. All right, here we go. Here's the A's. They're coming down. Eli's got a bonnet over his face.
Where's the 50?
Right at that mark there, then you're going to start striding out. And again, kind of driving that leg up. Remember the toes to the shin. And then once they hit the 50 meter mark right here, they're going to stride out 75%. So here we go, back on the A's. And then they're going to stride out once they hit 50 meters. So here you go, here's the B's. So here you're kicking your leg out a little bit more and then snapping it down. And then one of the things you need to focus on is when you transition to the stride here, it's got to be seamless and just kind of transition to about 75% effort. Here's the B. So snapping it through, and then there we go. Your legs can sneeze up a little bit better. 75% effort down the last 50 meters. So here's the C, forward, side, forward, side, forward, side. Perfect. So this is requiring a little bit quicker turnover from the hip flexors and a little bit coordination from the TFL and the rectus and the psoas, because you're having to sort of transition super fast between two different flexion movements of the hip, which is going to teach great coordination about snapping that leg up, which is vital for sprinting, vital for good form. And here they go ripping off into the stride. And it's snow. Welcome to Ohio. This is obviously optimal to do in a warmer setting, but here we are. Here's the C skips down. Beautiful Carioca's here. This one you really want to focus on snapping the leg through. Beautiful. Don't necessarily feel like you have to kind of rush through this one, but the key is snapping the hip up and really forcing the hip to sort of extend through the other leg. So it just teaches much quicker hip flexion. And then Carioca back the other way. So here's bounding for height. And again, they're going to do this for 50 meters, which is a decent amount. So they're kind of walking a little bit in between, which is fine, but you just want to get a decent number of repetitions in on this one. Obviously, we want to potentially do this in warmer environments. You can do this year-round, obviously in the warmer months, but this is showing you there's no excuse. You can still do it outside in the winter. Just be careful, obviously, with slippery conditions and ice, but if you can be on an indoor track, that's a little more optimal for the muscles and tendons. But, you know, here, it's still important for us to still get this work in pretty consistently, just so you can train up the tendons.
Stop.
Here we are attempting the jump for distance, but the track is getting too slippery. But in theory, you would go down the 50 meters and then jog or stride out 75% the last 50 meters. What a valiant effort from these two, giving us a solid attempt at completing the plyometric section of a winter storm here. I love it. That just happened. So basically you're going to be here, and then, so just so you guys know, and then you're here, and then, okay? So you're going to do 30 seconds of that, then you're going to switch legs so the other leg is up. So that's one. Then you're going to be here, and then you snap your leg down, like as fast as you can, like on the snap. And then you'll switch, and then do the same thing, obviously. Then, you're gonna hold your ankle or bend your knees slightly, go up on your toes, and then you're gonna hop as fast as you can. So these ones, you're going to do 3 sets of these. The first one is basically you're going to go up against the wall and you're going to go like kind of piston your legs up. So you're going to be here, and then you're going to snap down for 30 seconds as fast as you can with one leg up. So you can start with your left first. Then you're going to go your right up 30 seconds. And just kind of fast feeding it and pistoning up. So 30 seconds with the left leg up, 30 seconds with the right leg up, 1 minute total. Then you're gonna go to the wall like this, and then you're gonna go 30 seconds, snapping your leg through as quick as you can. Kind of doing that calf walkover move where the foot ends up near the knee, and then just snapping straight through from there. And then just really trying to teach that connection. Then switching for 30 seconds the other way. So again, that's 2 minutes total. Then you're gonna bend your knees slightly, lock out your ankles, and then hop on your ankles. So basically just kind of creating what's mimicking when you first land, you're in a slight knee bend, and then you sort of explode off, but it's sort of mimicking that, locking out the ankle when you're landing. So that's 3 minutes total. You're gonna rest for 2 minutes, and then repeat those 3 minutes 3 times. So it's 9 minutes worth of workouts to end the plyometric session. So you'll be at the track, you're doing the plyometrics, then you'll do the hill sprints, and then you'll do these. You can separate the hill sprints and the plyometric sections as well, but basically when you're doing the plyometrics, you at least want to end on this 9 minutes worth of work. Thank you. Perfect. So So obviously here you want to focus on toes up to the shin. And for 30 seconds, you're doing one leg up. And then you're going to switch the other leg up for the next 30 seconds. Now you can do this inside, obviously, but optimally, this is after your plyometric workout. Okay, switch legs.
This is so uncomfortable. Oh.
I got it. I got it. I got it on film.
It's like the third to my phone.
So be a little taller, Eli. Beautiful. And just really focus on the fast turnover of it. So it's like when Bruce Lee said he doesn't fear the man that knows 10,000 punches, he fears the man that knows that has practiced one punch 10,000 times. So you just got to perfect your form. You got 30 seconds left.
What?
Dr. Leo here. Be sure to check out my new book, Faster Without Fail, Your Guide to Overcoming Injuries and Running Faster Than Ever. It is now available on Amazon. You could read reviews on the Amazon. You can check out what other people have said about it. But basically, if you want to revolutionize your running form and better understand how to stay injury-free within the sport, this is your guide. Feel free to reach out and let us know what you think of the book. Would love to hear your feedback. But again, please check it out on Amazon. Faster Without Fail. Appreciate it. Dr. Leo here. If you want to catch me in another setting, be sure to check out my YouTube page, Running Rehab, where you will find exercises on how to stay healthy with running, how to improve your running form, and a bunch of other tips and tricks on how to get over common injuries. So again, Running Rehab,